Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Chikumoba Amarachi Christiana from the Department of Nursing, and I'm here to make a presentation on the novel As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. In addition to that, there is a bonus book called From Poverty to Power, made out of two segments, The Path to Prosperity and The Way of Peace. As the saying goes, as a man thinketh, so is he. This book emphasizes the power of our thoughts in shaping our mind, character, circumstances, and destiny. This author, James Allen, shows light on the influence our mindset has over our life and the kind of thoughts we have shape our behavior. And it also shows the importance of a positive attitude in our daily life. Now let's move into the novel. Thoughts and character. Each of us is literally what we think, our character being the complete sum of our thoughts. Even in our weakest and most abandoned state, we are always our own master. However, the thoughts we keep or the decision we take during those times will reflect in our life and character. By linking cause and effect, by patient practice and investigation, and also utilizing every experience, even the most trivial day occurrence, we will obtain the knowledge of ourselves, which is understanding, wisdom, and power. Effects of thoughts on circumstances. The human mind is likened to a garden. The same way there are weeds and good plants, there are pure and impure thoughts. We are like the gardener. Only when the good thoughts are planted into the mind will you be happy and receive joy. Thoughts and actions are the jailers of our fate. They liberate, but they can also restrict you. Each person is the causer of his or her circumstances, and that while perhaps aiming at a good end, that person is continually frustrating his accomplishments by encouraging thoughts and desires which are not in line with the goal set. Let's see the effects of thoughts on health and body. The body is a delicate and plastic instrument which responds readily to thoughts by which it is impressed, and habits of thoughts will produce their own effects, good or bad, upon it. Thoughts is the fount of action. Life and manifestation make the fountain pure. If you would perfect your body, guard your mind. If you would renew your body, beautify your mind. Thoughts and purposes. Until thoughts are linked with purposes, there is no intelligent accomplishment. They who have no purpose in life fall prey to petty worries, fears, and trouble, all of which are indications of weakness, which lead just as surely to failure, unhappiness, and loss. We should conceive a legitimate purpose in our hearts and set out to accomplish it, and make the purpose the centralizing point of our thoughts. Thoughts allied fearlessly to purpose becomes creative force. The thought factor in achievement. All achievements, whether in the business, intellectual, or spiritual world, are results of definitely directed thoughts, are governed by the same law, and are of the same method. The only difference lies in the object of attainment. All we achieve and all we fail to achieve is the direct result of our own thoughts, and for everything we plan to accomplish, we should be able to sacrifice the needed. Visions and ideas. It is said that dreamers are the saviors of the world, as the visible world is sustained by the invisible. So we through all our trials, sins, and solid vocations are nourished by the beautiful visions of our solitary dreamers. The vision that you glorify in your mind, the ideal that you enthrone in your heart, this you will build your life by, this you will become. Now let's see serenity. Serenity can also be said to calmness. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is the result of long and patient effort in self-control. Humanity's surge with uncontrolled passion is tumultuous, with ungoverned grief is blown about by anxiety and doubt. Self-control is strength. Right thought is mastery. Calmness is power. Say unto your heart, peace be still. Now let's see this additional book, From Poverty to Power. Under it, The Path of Prosperity, The Lesson of Evil. Unrest, pain, and sorrow are the shadows of life. The beginning of the way that leads to this glorious realization is the acquisition of a right understanding of the nature of evil. It is not enough to pray to God to remove the evil. You must find out why it is there and what lesson it has for you. By earnest self-examination, strive to realize and not merely hold as a theory that evil is a passing phase, a self-created shadow, that all your sorrows and misfortunes have come to you because you deserve and require them, and that by first enduring and understanding them will you be made stronger, wiser, and nobler. The world a reflex of mental state. What you are, so is your world. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. It is founded on our thoughts, and it is made up of our thoughts. If you are happy, it is because you dwell on happy thoughts, while if miserable, because you dwell on despondent and debilitating thoughts. The way out of undeniable conditions. Those who cling to self-centeredness are their own enemy and surrounded by enemies, and those who relinquish it are their saviors and are surrounded by friends like a protecting self. Leave that petty self-centeredness and put on a garment of universal love. It will be reflected in all your outward life. Those who walk on the path of self-conquest and the highway of self-sacrifice will assuredly achieve the highest property and reap abounding and enjoy joy and bliss. The silent power of thought, controlling and directing one's forces. The most powerful forces in the universe are the silent forces, and in accordance with the intensity of its power, does a force become beneficent when rightly directed and destructive when wrongly employed. To continue to be strong, useful, and happy, you must cease to be a passive receptacle for the negative and impure streams of thought. Even a partial success in self mastery adds greatly to one's power, and those who succeed in perfecting this divine accomplishment enter into possession of wisdom, inward strength, and peace. Let's see the secrets of health, success, and power. Above everything, be of a single aim, have a legitimate and useful purpose, and devote yourself to it. Do not be distracted, be eager to learn, but slow to beg. Have a thorough understanding of your own work and let it be your own. These are the secrets of health: a pure heart and a well ordered mind. The secrets of success: an unfaltering faith and a wisely directed purpose. And to reign in with unfaltering will, a dark seed of desire. That's the secret of power. Now let's see the secret of abounding happiness. Love yourself in the welfare of others. Forget yourself in all that you do. This is the secret of abounding happiness. Ever be on watch to guard against selfishness and learn faithfully the divine lessons of A1 sacrifice. So you shall climb the highest heights of happiness and shall remain in the never clouded sunshine of universal joy, clothed in the shining garments of immorality. The realization of prosperity. It is granted only to the heart that abounds with integrity, trust, generosity, and love to realize the prosperity. Nature gives all without reservation, loses nothing. Those grasping all lose everything. To possess those inward qualities which constitute goodness is to be armored against all the powers of evil, and to be doubly protected in every time of trial. And to build oneself up in the quality is to be up a success, is to become of a success which cannot be shaken, and to enter into a prosperity which will endure forever. Now, into the second part of the additional book, The Way of Peace, the power of meditation. Spiritual meditation is the pathway to divinity. It is the mystic ladder that reaches from earth to heaven, from error to truth, and from pain to peace. Meditation is the intense dwelling in thought upon an idea or theme with the object of thoroughly comprehending it. By so believing, so aspiring, so meditating, divinely sweet and beautiful your spiritual experiences will be. Change and morality will no more cause you anxiety or sorrow, for you will be established in the unchangeable and will dwell in the very heart of immorality. Two masters, self and truth. Upon the battlefield of the human soul, two masters are ever contending for the crown of supremacy, for the kingship and the dominion of the heart. The master of self, called also the prince of this world, and the master of truth, called also the father of God. Follow the path of righteousness. Let the master of truth rule your heart. Cultivate your heart and water it continually with unselfish love and deep felt pity. And strive to shut out from it all thoughts and feelings that are not in accordance with love. So you will walk blamelessly, yoked with the easy yoke of lowliness and clothed with the divine garment of humility. Acquisition of spiritual power. The, whole, the world as a whole is full of men and women seeking pleasure, excitement, novelty, seeking to be moved to laughter or tears, not seeking strength, stability, and power, but courting weakness and eagerly engage in dispersing power they have. As they grow in spiritual life and become established upon principles, things like selfishness, greed, lack of control will be removed, and you will realize the eternal and indestructible nature of God within. Realization of selfless love. Selfless love is the removal of selfishness and see the potential oneself. Removing the negative thoughts from yourself help you to get to where you want to be. If everyone in the world will start to see the negative and putting in the positive things, they will move forward. Train your mind to be strong, impartial, and have gentle thoughts. Train your heart in purity and compassion. Train your tongue in silence and to true and stainless speech. Entering into the infinite. From the beginning of time, we, in spite of our bodily appetites and desires, in the midst of all our clinging to earthly and impermanent things, have ever been inductive by conscious of the limited, transient, and illusionary nature of our material existence, and in our same and silent moments have tried to reach out into a comprehension of the infinite, and have turned with tearful aspiration to and the restful reality of the eternal heart. Sublimely patient, infinitely compassionate, deep, silent, and pure, Their very presence is a benediction. When they seek their listeners, ponder their words in their heart, and by them rise to higher levels of attainment. Saints, sages, and saviors, the law of service. Truth cannot be formulated, it is ineffable and even beyond the reach of intellect. It can be experienced only by practice. Those who are patient, calm, gentle, and forgiving under all circumstances manifest the truth. Truth will never be proved by wordy arguments and learned treatises. For if people do not perceive the truth in infinite patience, undying forgiveness, and all embracing compassion, no words can prove it to them. So, to understand and apply the law of service, one needs to be truthful. And finally, the realization of perfect peace. As there are silent depths in the oceans which the fiercest storm cannot reach, so there are silent holy depths in the human heart which the storms of pain and sorrow can never disturb, to reach this silence and to live consciously in its peace. Peace is something decided and acted upon, so it can be gotten in life. With peace in the life of an individual, the person will feel peace, so everyone is supposed to strive to reach the peace. Thank you all for listening.